build a team across Pakistan. So we can provide all the trainings, all the upskills to all our community in Pakistan. And this Pakistan user group is not limited to Pakistan people only, because we have been serving and accommodating all the people across the globe. So the idea is to provide a platform where you can collaborate to each other. You can talk to all the professionals. If you are a very beginner, you can get in touch with all the other experienced and professional people in Pakistan user group, and they can guide you what would be the better step for you in your next future. So that's the whole idea of the Pakistan user group, and it's a non-profit organization. I would say it's not a registered organization in a sense, but it's we are not taking any fee from anyone. It's completely free. All the sessions, everything is free. All the trainings are free. If you ever want to learn more about Pakistan user group, please go to LinkedIn. All the LinkedIn, everything, uh, LinkedIn, Twitter, and our website links will be shared by Atif and Mustajab during our presentation today. Uh, and then I think so. From here, I'll hand over to Mustajab and Atif if you
Okay.
guys have one.
Guys,
Go.
can you hear
Yeah,
me now?
Yep.
Yeah, Mustajab, can you hear me? Everyone?
yeah, we can hear you. We
All
can
right,
hear you.
okay. I'm just sharing my screen. I think managed to sort this one out. Apologies about that. So let's get one going. Okay. Let me know when you can see my screen. Okay. Nearly there. Okay.
Yeah, we can see your
Okay.
screen now.
All right. I think thanks, Faisal, for covering this one up to introduce about the sessions and everything. I will just quickly take 1 minute to recap. So first of all, welcome everyone, and thanks for joining us today. Um, I guess we have already covered the housekeeping, so I'll skip that part. In the meantime, guys, stay focused while we are running through with the session. This is going to be not typical presentations or throughout the training we will be covering over the next few weeks. We want to ensure that you are understanding it as well as you getting your hand dirty, right? That's the purpose. This is hands-on training. So we want you to get into it, start using the system, getting into the Dynamics world, accessing it and play around with that tool so that you can get yourself familiarized, understand it a little bit more, and then start implementing the solution for the customer. So that's the purpose, right? So I guess we have already talked about there are a lot of people applied for these training sessions. So obviously we were not able to accommodate everyone. So based on the certain criteria, their interest, their previous experience of what they want to do it in their career path. So we have chosen limited people and who wanted to understand and learn the something else. You're here in front of computer and ready to learn about this interesting tool and the platform what Microsoft has put it together. All right. Okay. So let's get this going now. Agenda. So what we are going to do it cover. Okay, so we'll be obviously introducing the trainers. That's myself and Mustajab. So we'll talk about that, what we have been doing, so you know who we are, and if you need to contact us, how you can reach out to us. Then we will talk about about Pakistan user group, what we have been doing, and first transformation. And then talking about the Microsoft business application, then Mustajab will be coming and getting your hand dirty. So environment setup. So that's the first step you'll be actually starting if you haven't done it. We got the varieties of attendees here, so you may already aware of, you're already using in the different environments, you got the experience, but we want to ensure that everyone on this group are learning and coming onto the same page so we can carry on. This is the basic content we'll be covering, just to be very clear, and then we'll getting into the incoming sessions and the training which we will continue to organize. It will be going into the intermediate and then advanced sessions. Okay. Then we'll talk about the Microsoft Learn. Microsoft Learn is another reference point for you to get more knowledge and understanding. So that's what we'll go through, and then we'll talk about the training schedule for this CE training, how many sessions we are expecting, when they are expecting, and who will be doing it. So we'll go through. And then we'll leave it to you guys to ask questions, anything else you want to discuss, so we can go through together. All right. Apologies, I'm in Pakistan now, so there will be a little bit of background noise. So we'll need to ensure that we can understand, and just bear with me of the background noise there. Okay. Now, okay, so training introduction. So this is Mohammed Atif. I'm the VP Solution Services, Magic Global UK. I got the 20 plus years of experience in solution design and delivery. That's what I do in my day-to-day. And currently I'm engaged in multiple digital transformation programs. So I'm empowering and supporting customers in their digital transformation journey. And that's more interestingly on the Dynamics 365 and the Power Platform. So I love doing what I do. I'm actively involved in many communities activities, and that's the reason I'm sitting in front of you today. Again, this is all about connect, learn, and share. That's what we all do, and we are looking forward for your contribution in coming days as well. I'm happily married with two sweet daughters. They are back in UK at the moment, so I'm here. And in my spare time, I love to do some sort of outdoor fitness or badminton, some sort of those activities whenever I get chance. And then obviously some time with friends and family. That's me, Mustajab.
Thank you, Atif. And hopefully I'm audible here.
Yes,
My name is Mustajab, and I govern around 11 years plus of experience when it comes to customer engagement and CRM solution architecting and delivering. And overall, I have been involved in the digitized ecosystem and MS D365 ecosystem from my day start of the career till today. I believe I'm really a vivid learner when it comes to doing certification, learning new things, technology stack and stuff. And that's what later on the session I will show you that how good MS Learn is for you guys to consider it as a friend when it comes to learning the MS D365 ecosystem. Active member in the community. I love to share. I love to give sessions around topics, share my learning, my knowledge around it, the do's and don'ts I face during my implementations. I do love to do that, and you guys can see those sessions as well. I'm a proudly father of two boys, happily married, and in my me time it's football or some gaming if I do get that after all this work. So thank you, Atif. Over to you.
Excellent, excellent. So now talking about the Pakistan user group. So this is a group who has put together these training sessions for you all. So Pakistan user group is actually the community which has been built by the community. So what we have done it, we have gathered all experience, industry experience, people, professionals locally. A lot of people from Pakistan are contributing in our activities, and then as well as globally who has been working extensively in Microsoft domain. So this is a community which we have put it together. Faisal Bhai is on the call. He's leading this massive task of managing and running the Pakistan user group. So this is all about learning and sharing our knowledge with the country IT professional like you guys, business people, end users, students, and whoever really keen to learn and understand the Dynamics platform, Power platforms, or any other Microsoft technology, Azure. We are here to support you guys. We do a lot of comments Urdu in the and normally happen in the native language in Urdu. Then we do our lots of monthly technical tech talks as well. So you should be able to see some contents online as well. And please feel free to join in to learn more about it. We are doing the training and there will be a lot more training coming up. We do any sort of support required for career counseling, any sort of technical support. Should you wish to take any help during your implementations, we are here. And if nothing else you want to do, if you just want to do the networking, feel free to connect. We'll be happy to support and talk to you guys. All right, so that's my Pakistan user group. Faisal, do you want to add anything? If I have missed anything more exciting about the user group?
No, it's all good, Atif. You have covered it well. I just wanted to say something in our Urdu language because that's the main of Pakistan user group. We just want to provide a platform to our native speakers. So मैं सबको खुशामदीद कहना चाहता हूँ और हमारा आइडिया भी यही है कि हम जो है अपने जो नेटिव स्पीकर्स हैं apologies for all the audience who are non-Urdu or Hindi speakers in the audience. बट ये हमारी एक हमेशा से एक पॉलिसी भी रही है कि हम कुछ ना कुछ अपनी लैंग्वेज में ज़रूर लोगों को खुशामदीद कहते हैं। तो सबको खुशामदीद हमारी तरफ से। हमारा एम यही है कि हम सब के सब मिल के साथ चलें और पढ़ें और आगे बढ़ें। और हमारी तरफ से अगर किसी को भी कोई ट्रेनिंग की कोई नीड है, किसी तरीके से कोई प्रोफेशनल ग्रोथ की कोई हमें नज़र आता है कि हम किसी को हेल्प आउट कर सकते हैं, तो आप हमें ज़रूर उसमें राब्ता करें। लिंक्डइन पे मैसेज कर सकते हैं और आप मुस्तजाब से, आतिफ से, आमना से, उरूज से, यमुना से, आप किसी से भी कांटेक्ट कर सकते हैं। ये हमारे कोर कुछ मेंबर्स हैं जो कि एक्टिवली इन्वॉल्व हैं कम्युनिटी के अंदर। आप किसी से भी राब्ता करके, मैसेज करके हमसे कनेक्ट कर सकते हैं। थैंक यू आतिफ, ओवर टू यू।
Brilliant. Thanks, Faisal, for covering this one up. Right, here we start. Now, the main topic of the day, starting the digital transformation. Right, so before we dive into the digital transformation, so let me, I think, put some things in a little bit more context so it's easy to understand. So talking about things which is happening at the moment, right? So if you look into something going on at the moment, something interesting happening, which we all either observing or coming across in different stage of our lives. Over the past few years, and especially last 2 years, we have witnessed the second wave of digital transformations. And when we say the second wave, so what exactly has been happening is sweeping every company and the industry. So this is actually driving real structure change, and that will stay beyond pandemics, which we are all facing nowadays, right? So these shifting and the technical shifting, the environment shifting, this is actually going to learn it from today.
So Atif, we are losing you again and again.
We will move forward. All of a sudden, everything was closed. How we will live, how we will communicate, how we will purchase, everything is now changing. So how technology will help. And when we talk about these transformations, so let me put a little bit more context now to see how in a specific industry what was happening and what we are doing it now. If you will see the retail, if we go 10 to 15 years back, right, and when we were going for the shoppings, we were going into the retail stores, we were looking into the stuff, and then we were buying it. Now it is changing because you want to go, you want to give your orders based on your personal choice. So it's getting more personalized now. Okay, so offline merchant, they are now changing new business model. Like, you know, you are using your technologies touch contactless, right? You just click and you go and collect, or maybe sometime you just click on your mobile, on your PC, laptop, and things are getting delivered. You are seeing the very powerful e-commerce and online shopping experience now. Things are changing. It has really changed the retail dynamics completely. Okay, so we are getting really different experience. So if you will see the retail industry, is this is a really great example of an industry reinventing itself
Atif, I think we lost you there.
with sorry,
Sorry, Atif. Sorry, we lost
can
you
you hear
there
me?
for a minute. Yeah, we can hear
Okay,
you now.
where did you lost me?
Just go back 10 seconds before.
All right, okay. So did I cover now the retail has completely changed, the dynamically changed. So if you will see,
No, I think Atif, we are not able to hear you. Are you able to hear us, Atif? I think we are facing some technical issue net wise.
guys, am I back?
Yes, I think you're back.
Okay,
It's
all
better.
right. Apologies. I'm back in Pakistan at the moment, so working from homes, right? So, all right. Let me recap again. So
Thank
what
you.
we are talking? Can you see my screen?
Yes, he is visible. The retail
Okay.
personalized one.
All right. Okay. Good. All right. So what I was covering there, that if you will observe the retail itself, retail is a great examples where the industry is reinventing completely self with the new customers experience, which is fully integrated now. The activities such as the marketing, we do lots of massive marketing to get more customers or retain our customers. So this is mainly on the strong marketing. Then we do lots of online sales. We do the in-store sales where we are interacting with customer differently. And then we are doing the merchandising as well. So how we are bringing new stuff in the store. So if someone is typing, can you go on mute, please? That would help. Thank you. All right. So what is it? It's all about the retail. Retail is all about the customers, and this is the industry we are in not just retail, in fact, in across all the industry. So it's all about the customer retention, follow-up, proactive marketing, reaching out to other contacts to ensure we are getting them into our contact, and we are ensuring that they are getting the services or buying the stuff from us, right? So this is happening in the retail. And if we go into the manufacturing side, you will see what the manufacturing was before and now what's happening. It's all around the implementations or the manufacturers, what they are doing. They are now implementing or connecting products, right, into their products. So like just if you talk about the IoT devices, lots of company, vehicles, right? Car manufacturing, they are implementing lots of map, navigations, driver behavior thing. This is now changing because they want to evolve, right? So things are happening. Even there are cars where you can, they have a sensor with that they can automatically, right, put the brake on. This is all happening. So previously it was a different thing. Now it's changing. Now, if we will go further into the healthcare, that's getting more interesting. So before it was all reactive, right? So someone is getting heart attack. Unfortunately, we were not finding it out until that person had a heart attack. Then we were all doing the reactive things, taking that person to the hospitals, and then we are getting the treatment. But sometime it was too late. What healthcare is doing, they are getting into the predictive approach, where using the advanced technology, we are taking things from the disease control to a proactive wellness. We want to ensure that how we are behaving every day, what needs to be done to ensure that we don't get into that situation that become a reactive and people are getting sick or they need any sort of a major treatment. So preventive rather than spending pounds and pounds or rupees and rupees when you're in hospital, we want to ensure that healthcare are getting the services and the using the technologies which can help us to get things in place before anything happens. Okay. If we'll go further into the financial sector was, we used to go like 9 o'clock or 8 o'clock in the morning till 1 o'clock, bank close. Now it's changing. Obviously, the timings have changed now. It's all day, but still things are further improving and enhancing. It's becoming a real time because at the middle of the night, you want to either do some e-commerce shopping, you want to purchase things, you want to use your cards, or maybe you want to just go through with your statements. It's all happening on your fingertips. On the devices, you've got the full access of your account, or maybe you want to make some transaction because someone is in need, or you may need to do some purchasing. You just do it on your mobiles and make the transfers, make the transaction, and it's all happening on your fingertips. Banks are also the financial institutions. They are using the capability of this data, which we'll talk about in a little bit more detail. What is data? And the artificial intelligence, that they are using those sort of a technology to manage their risk. All right. So that's what's happening. And let me put again more context just to make some idea what exactly happening at the moment, right? In the current nowadays, what I think most of us are using those services. So let's talk about Airbnb. What's happening? I think quite a few might already be know about the Airbnb. They are the real estate people. They provide the accommodation, right? But the best part is they don't have any real estate. They don't own it themselves. So they are using some sort of services. They have implemented some solution which allow them to provide these services without even owning the buildings or the hotels and anything. Then we go to the Alibaba. I think in Pakistan, we know a lot more about the Alibaba, right? So Alibaba, again, another classic example. They are one of the giant retailer, but they don't have any inventory. They don't own it. What exactly they're doing? So they are connecting with the suppliers and making it available to others. And that's become a medium for them to provide their services. The best of best, Facebook, again, world popular media owner. And what is even best, that they don't even own any of their content. It's us, it's you who are putting the content on the Facebook and people are sharing. And that's making interesting. We almost spend a good amount of hours on Facebook. I do it, but yeah, that's a bad habit, but yeah, we are doing it, right? But sometimes it's to get socialized and connecting with the family and friends. So that's the best way. But this is Facebook. If you'll go further, Uber.
Hey, Atif, I think uh, we lost you there again. Sorry, guys.
Not mine.
Just sorry.
You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. The Uber part.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, all right. Is it okay if I can turn off my camera? Yeah. And
Yeah, that's good.
Is it any better?
Yeah, it is better.
All right. Okay. So Uber, from the Uber, so we have all experienced the Uber services, right? So that has completely changed the transport model, right? So this is becoming now the world largest transportation company, and they even don't own any sort of a vehicles, right? So it's getting interesting, and there are many other companies you will see, right? This is just to put a few examples that they have completely changed. They are coming up with new ideas. So something is really interesting happening right today. And this is when you combine human creativity with the power of disruptive technologies. These sort of things we were expecting, and we were expecting to see it in the market, and now we are seeing it now literally because we are using it. It's changing, right? So, and it will continue to expand further. So this is all the disruption, digital disruption and the transformation happening nowadays, right? Now, can you all hear me? Sorry, Mustajab, another check, please.
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right. Okay. Carry on to the next one now. So what we have seen so far, that what has been happening, how things are happening in the different industries. So what is actually the digital transformation, if we need to understand it, right? So this is a big buzzword which is commonly used everywhere. And if you'll see, actually the digital transformation is nothing but the process of streamlining your operation and empowering people to achieve more, as well as improving your customer experience. So it's actually the two key factors, right? Which whenever we are talking about the digital transformation, either we improve the customer experience or we optimize or streamline the processes sitting within the organization. If you achieve these two, I think you have done the digital transformation. And digital transformation is not like you are completely reinventing everything. You could do it one part of the business that, okay, you want to digitalize it, and then you go through the different parts. Okay, so based on the business and the models, how you want to do it, you can do it. It's not always the case that when you do the digital transformation, you have to completely change everything from the day one. You can do bit by bit. Okay, this is just to clarify everyone, because otherwise I've seen people, they are getting confused. No, if you are doing one part, this is not digital transformation. This is wherever you are making and improving the customer experience, or streamlining or optimizing any of your business process, that is digital transformation. And what actually
Yeah, sorry, we lost you there for a second.
does can be, sorry.
Yeah, sorry, we lost you for a few seconds.
Okay, guys, just give me a minute. Let me just. All right, I'm back. Let's see if that works, right?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yep.
Okay. So what we are talking about, the digital transformation, is actually done through connecting the customers, products, people, and the operation, which can be achieved by adopting any of the disruptive technologies, such as it could be a ERP, it could be a CRM, it could be artificial intelligence, it could be data mining or the data sciences who are learning the machine learning part, and many other technologies which we are seeing it nowadays, maybe IoT, right? So those technologies can be used to implement your digital transformation. So in a nutshell, this is a process of improving your overall business, become more efficient, more productive, satisfy customer, and which maximize its values. Okay. And when we see further, what is all sitting within that, it's all around the data. So where you are able to implement a solution and manage to capture and manage your secure your data. That is part of the digital transformation. All right. And if we go further, this is the interesting slide, right? So that would make you realize what exactly happening. We talk about the core components, which we need to consider when we are making the digital transformation activities or implementation. So we talk about the customers, we talk about the product, and then we talk about the operations, and then obviously the employees, right? But when we are putting them across, right? So what is happening? It's the data which is being produced from all the processes, all these four entities or the operations giving us, right? So we can be getting, or we might be getting the data either from the processes, we may be getting the data from the people or the employee, maybe some sort of a solution are in place that are bringing the data into the solution. So everything is coming into the centralized position. You may be hearing some of the words like which are new to you, but don't worry, we are talking about it. So just to give you very high level context, but when we go into the further session, so you will start connecting those dots of what we are talking about today. All right. So data is there. We have talked about the IoT, we have talked about the people, we have talked about the customers, and then when we come into this digital feedback loop, what is actually it's doing? It's actually connecting the data where you can use it in an intelligent way, which you can really transform your business. Okay, so this is a way where you're collecting the data in an intelligent way that can help you transform your business. And this is what the digital feedback loop is doing. Okay, and if we'll go further, so data is there. We are now getting the data from the different sources. What we are doing, we are now making it meaningful for making different decisions. Because once you have this data in the center of your organization, then you can do a lot of things. This is very, very critical. That's the advantage of doing the digital transformation. If you're not doing it, then you are failing the key purpose, right? So once the data is there, you're doing your data mining, you're doing your refinement, you're making this data, right? Synthesizing it to make it very meaningful, which you can use it to make the business decision. And from once the data is there, you have done it, then you have started taking out the meanings, right? What exactly we need to do it. And then if you'll see here, right? This is the best thing, right? If you will see the data efficiently we are delivering our services, how we are interacting with our customers.
Sorry, Atif, we again lost you there.
Okay.
Yep,
It's
it's
not
good now.
all right. Okay. We'll try to carry on, guys, and we'll do the recording anyway. It's happening. So please feel free to look into it later on as well. If you are keep missing, apologies. I don't know what else I can do, and I've disconnected all the devices as well. But anyway, all right.
Thanks for that.
So digital feedback loop. So what we are saying, once the data is there, right? So and you have gone through with all the activity where you have made the data meaningful. Then from that meaningful data, you are making a lot of decision. And this diagram shows what is coming in. So the data coming from the operational side, data coming from the customers. This is the customers who are making the orders, they are recording the complaints, a lot of things coming, right? Then employees, they are making their recording, like they are logging their timing, when how they are recording or taking the orders, or how they are taking the managing the customer services, how they are looking after the customers. So all the data is coming there, right? And then we are also getting the product information, that we are getting the feedback from the customers, right? And based on that, we are making some further transformation, how we can make it better. So all these outputs is coming from this data after you have done all these sort of exercise. So we will see the more efficient, the outcomes should be that we are making it more efficient. We are having a deeper relationship with customers, right? Then we are making the employees more effective because we can tell them what exactly they're doing wrong or what they need to do to make things better. And then from the product side, if there is any sort of a gap, then they can make it better. If their product is not going through well, or they have a complaint, they can make it, or maybe they're taking more like sort of a feedback where they may want to introduce new product into the industry. Okay. Then if we go further, so this is all about the dynamics, right? Sorry, the digital transformations. Just to understand what we as a consultant or the implementation partner or the engineer have to do it, and what exactly digital transformation itself is, right? But then what Microsoft, so how we can achieve it, this is now getting interesting, right? So how Microsoft is supporting and going to improve or add into their technology to support this digital disruption or the business transformation. Okay, so I will just briefly go through what Microsoft introduced, what sort of a platform they are providing us to make things better, or from the implementation point of view or for the organization improvement point of view. Okay, so what we have seen, the digital feedback loop, that they are enabling the digital feedback loop with the Microsoft Cloud by delivering the more productive, hybrid, intelligent, and trusted cloud to run your business or the organizations. So maybe you are already aware of this term, the Azure. This is Microsoft Azure. This is the cloud-based infrastructure environment. So all the infrastructure like we used to have it, our IT department in-house, now all those services, the boxes, the computers, they are all now available through this platform, Azure, right? And what they have it, Azure at the moment is in 54 regions across the world. We have actually, Microsoft has implemented 70 plus compliance, because when we are putting things into the cloud, the major risk all the organization gets worried about, that how we are compliant. Is the environment secure? No one is going to take the data from them, right? Because this is their data. And again, we just talk about the data. Data is very important, right? So anything we are doing it, it's all about the data. So Microsoft has done the 70 plus compliance, right? And that's the largest portfolio, I would say, in the industry at the moment. And again, another important part, that around 90, I would say, I think 80 to 90% of the Fortune 500 companies now running on the Azure platform. Now, on top of Azure, so this is the infrastructure, right? As the services. What Microsoft has introduced, what we were using previously, the Office 365, and then they have implemented the security model, plus the services like for the communication purpose, like Skype and the Teams, which we are currently using. So they have put together under the platform called Microsoft 365. That is again sitting on top of Azure, but this is the services now they have introduced, and they're all getting very closely connected with each other. And then if we go further, this is where the Dynamics 365 comes into the picture. This is an intelligent business application. They offer a complete set of solution across different sectors in the organization, which is marketing, sales, services, operation, finance, and talent, and to name a few, right? So these are different business or the department you have it in the organization, then this is the platform which allow you to implement your processes within this platform. And if you'll see further,
Yes, Atif. We sorry lost you. Sorry, Atif.
yes,
Can you hear?
Mustajab, can you hear me?
Yep, you can. Just if you can go back 10 seconds back again, please.
Okay, did I cover this, the D365, Dynamics
Yes,
365?
yes,
Okay.
exactly. This was sort of
Okay.
a finance and operation. I think you would explain.
All right. Okay. So what I was saying that D365, Dynamics 365 cover all the department in the organization where you have to implement any sort of solution, so you can implement it. So that's cover all the different modules and the business application. Okay. And if you'll go further into this Microsoft Cloud, so what I was saying that it's the entirety of what Microsoft has done across the Microsoft 365, which is actually the Office 365.
Yes, Atif. Sorry again. I think Atif.
Uniquely comes.
Yeah, yeah. Sorry, we
Yes,
lost
sir.
you again. Can I think if we can move to the CE part? Yep, that would be great.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
Okay. So yeah, I will be quick, but if you are hearing me, then I can complete it.
yeah. I can hear you.
Right.
Yeah, please. Now I can hear you. Please
Okay.
go ahead.
All right. Okay. So I'll be quick then, see if we can cover it up. All right. So guys, so this is what Microsoft is doing it, right? So complete solutions sitting connected with each other and allowing company and organizations or the partners to implement a solution which business requires it. Okay. Let's deep dive into the Dynamics 365. So I will cover this one quickly, and then Mustajab, you can take over. Hopefully your internet will be better than mine. So what is Microsoft Dynamics 365? All right. So it was actually, if you will see the traditionally, CRM and the ERP used to be sitting in their silos, right? And covering their own functionalities and the capabilities separately. Mustajab, another check. Can you hear me?
Yeah. I
This
can hear
is,
you.
yep. All right. Okay. Please stop me because this is now very important to cover it, right?
Okay.
Right. So, but what Microsoft has done now, they have combined both ERP and the customer relationship management. Now it is called the customer engagement into the cloud-based platform called Dynamics 365. 365, right? Before it was isolated, they are working separately, no interconnection, right? So it was making it difficult. Now they have put them together, into this platform called Dynamics 365. When it was first released back in November 2016, right? Which is exactly the same month we are in. So this is where the Dynamics started, and it's combined both component, right? So CE and the ERP, and this is one of the leading intelligent business application in the cloud. Okay. How Microsoft Dynamics is supporting the 2 points which we discussed earlier in the digital transformation. One was the customer experience, and the other one was the improve and optimize operation processes. So if we are connecting them into the single platform, this obviously customer is going to get the better experience because easy for them to provide the information because all the data is now in the single place. And same because you are connecting the two parts of the organization, so they will be talking the same language. Okay. So why they are talking the same language? Because data is becoming their central point. This is a backbone of everything we do. And this is in fact now becoming a new currency when we are talking about the data. So if I'll go further, so let's understand how digital feedback loop empowers employees, engage customers, optimize operation. So what they have done, Microsoft, they have uniquely created a data system where data is becoming a new currency, right? If we have literally no data, then I think we don't carry any value. So it's all about the data, right? It is exactly like, we understand the currency. If I want you to work for me or for any organization, then they talk into the currency that how much they will be rewarding you for your services. So same when the application needs to talk about that, they are talking in the data language, because marketing needs to talk to the sales needs to talk to the manufacturer. They are talking based on the data. All right. And this fundamental technology shift set the foundation for Dynamics 365, an engine of the intelligent business application that connecting all the four parts: customers, product, people, and data. All right. Dynamics 365, if you have noticed that it's removed the complexity of the disparate system and make it easy for organization to adopt and implement. So together, this is actually making Microsoft a modern, unified, intelligent, and adaptable product line through the Microsoft Dynamics 365 platform. All right, I will quickly cover now the specific area around the Dynamics 365 CE. And this is the core component which we will be covering in our upcoming sessions. So what is Microsoft Dynamics 365 CE? Is actually the front end activity. So when we are talking about the CE or CRM, what it covers is cover the front end activities such as the customer marketing, sales, while the ERP, the back end of the activities in an organization, that covers by the ERP, such as you talk about the finance, you talk about the logistic, delivery, supply chain. So this is covered in the ERP side. So our focus as part of the CE will be covering the front end activity where we engage with the customers mainly. Okay. So Dynamics 365 is the customer engagement tool that enable organization to deliver upon the customer relationship management strategy. Okay, this is very important to understand. So anything you need to do with the customers, this is to be covered through the Dynamics 365 CE part. As a core functionality, CE enables users to either they can manage their contacts, they can do a lot of campaigns promoting the products and the services. They can also do the tracking. So what campaign looks like, how people are reacting on the campaigns. Are they joining? Are they giving some interest? But they need to do it to make it different, because this is again about maximizing its value, right? So this CE provides that functionality. Then how you manage and maintain your customer interaction. Again, this is important that you provide the solution and you can see it. You maximize revenue opportunity where you see any sort of prospects, you are managing those opportunities. And then you also manage, once you have the customers and you're providing your services, you may be getting some complaint, you may be getting some sort of feedback. So you need to improve your customer services so you can get it done through this Microsoft service needs. Okay. And if we'll go further into the Dynamics CE part, so there are 5 core modules available in the Microsoft Dynamics CE part, right? So specifically sales, marketing, customer service, project service automation, and the field services. So in our upcoming sessions, we will be focusing and covering all these 5 parts. So, okay, where possible, specifically the sales and marketing, customer services are quite core, and then additional new modules covering the PSA and the field services. So what sales does, sales allow you to manage your opportunities, leads to the accounts, orders, support sales processes. You can implement the reports and the dashboard for your sales team. Okay, that would allow you to see how you are going. Are you able to achieve your targets? how you're interacting, how you're managing your prospects. Then it comes to the marketing. Marketing allow you to manage your marketing list, contacts. You can buy the contacts. You can start your marketing, your promotions. Then you can create the accounts who are showing the interest and leads from those campaigns, and then pass it to the sales team to carry on the next step in the sales process. Okay. Then it comes to the customer services, where you can manage your customer complaints through the case management. You can also have a list of knowledge base, all sort of commercials like the contract management, any sort of a support SLAs and everything that can be done through the customer services. And lastly, the PSA. This is another additional module now available as part of the CE, which allow you to organization to efficiently track, manage and deliver project-based services from initial point where you started the sales to until you do your delivery. So that's this sort of a project management tool now, right? And then lastly, the field services is another very advanced tool which allow organization to improve the customer satisfaction. You can manage your mobile resources who are on field supporting and providing your services to the customers. Their schedule, their warehousing, managing the return, all sort of those services can be achieved through the field services. Okay, so that covers me as a very high level of the Dynamics 365 capabilities and the functionalities, and specifically what we have talked about the CE part. I hope that you found it useful, and we will carry on deep dive into each modules in the coming sessions. So, but this should give you enough, at least some information to put the context that what exactly we will be covering it up, and allow you to carry on with your further learning in your free time. Okay, so Mustajab, can I hand over it to you to get the hand dirty for all the people because they were sitting and
Definitely.
listening. So let's make
Definitely.
them to do some work, man. All right, over to you.
That's good. Thank you. Thank you, Atif, for giving us the insight on what the digital transformation is, what are the key modules when it comes to customer engagement, and you being an IT professional, the audience are belonging to any specific field or planning to transform, why should you consider this track or the digital transformation steps? So thanks for that insight, Atif. Hopefully I'm audible, but please feel free to interrupt me in between in case you guys cannot hear me or I missed any point or it was not clear enough. I want this session, this particular part to be as much hands-on as possible. So I'll be, as you can see in the slide, I have created a QR code here for you. That's the link for a blog, and it's none other by Faisal Farid, one of our MVPs and active community member. He already put up these steps that I will be demonstrating and working with you in next 30 minutes. He already have mentioned it out in the blog. So in case by chance any one of you joined it late or have to leave now, you don't need to worry about. We already covered that in a form in an article that you can use to go step by step and take that all the action that we will be just demonstrating now. So I'm also doing one thing is that I'm just mentioning the blog URL here as well. So in case if you guys still feel there is a need to, keep it, just bookmark it for now. Okay, so let me share my screen. I'll be sharing a browser screen now, and do let me know if you guys can see it. Can you guys see my browser?
Yes, Mr. Jafar,
That's
I
great.
can see it.
Happy man here, who you can see here is smiling. We are sort of using these steps now to perform the overall setting up of an environment. We are trying to set up an environment here because during our training sessions and maybe between a training session like today and when we are planning the next training and a week, we will try to share some exercises, some queries, some questions that we want you to go back and work on that in your environment, so that it's a interactive way of learning in which we are guiding you how to do that, and you can go back as a homework, spend an 30 minutes or an hour a day, whatever time you can find out, create those environments, create those configurations again and again, so you can understand what the whole system is all around. So this is the first URL that is needed to, and it's already mentioned in the blog as well, that I have shared. So in case if you are following the blog, just follow along with me as well. And any URL that you feel you are not able to open, you can see in the blog it's available. So the first point is setting up a trial instance. Trial instance is really important. Sorry, yeah.
Mustajab, can you do one thing? If you can provide the link on the chat as well, please.
Oh yeah, sure, definitely. Fair call. So I already have shared the URL, and I think I'm just copying up here. Second, yep, here you go. Just one. So this is the URL, okay? And once you open this URL, you will see two options. Request a demo. It's more of a demo that you want Microsoft to plan it for you. That's more related to people who are planning to buy the product. We being a consultant or planning to learn the new technology, we will just click here on the Take a Guided Tour, and I will just press Control and open a new window here. Once you open that up, this new URL will open, which is nothing, just to click the Take a Guided Tour. And just a second. Sorry about that. We have to create the request demo one. My bad. Yep. So once we click the other URL, request a demo one, you can see that you can contact a partner. That's mostly the service provider or the vendors that have registered with Microsoft Dynamics. And free trial is something that you guys or anyone from us as a learner or as a even as a customer who is interested in buying that product can also sign up. So what we will do a sign up here. Just open this, click it up. It will route you to another URL. So sorry, you have to navigate 2 or 3 URLs, but once you start doing it, it will be a piece of cake. Now here, you can mention your email addresses like mine, or you can use your, any email addresses. It's not necessary that it should be a Gmail or a Hotmail account. It should be your personal email. And I can show you here that I can use it. And let's say you need to create a new account. Let's get you started. So, set up an account. So you see, it's a pretty step-by-step procedure where it's just asking you a simple form registration information, which we are usually used to nowadays with the social media registration, all those stuff. It's pretty much like that. So let me say Muhammad Mustajab. I don't have any middle name. I will skip that. I will go down. I will just have to enter. Make sure the number you're entering, it's your register number. I'll just try to go back. It doesn't work the search option, so you have to go up and select Pakistan here and enter the number and company name we say, and you know what? That's it. Next. Okay, sorry, company. I'm doing a startup right now, but soon.
So, Mustajab, can you just slow down a little bit? So, guys, can you ensure you are following the steps, please? So, we'll give another minute just to ensure you can complete those steps.
Exactly. Fill out the form with basic information of yours. It's nothing technical. Just mention out your first name, your last name, your personal number, your official number, or just. So let's just wait a minute, and after that, this is the step that I want you guys to be at. Do let me know over the questions or comments. Please feel free to let us know, and after if you can just monitor those comments if anyone is having any issue.
Yeah. So please feel free to comment in the chat box. Waiting to hear from you guys.
Okay. I think we should move one step ahead now.
Yeah.
That is now send the verification code. Okay. Now, when it comes to send a verification code, you have two options. Either you can text me or you can call me. I would say just text me out. So obviously it will come on mobile. I will just give it a second or so. It takes a minute. mostly or something like that to come up. Yep, I got it. So it's 25174. So it's a verification code that comes on your mobile. You just verify it. Now you see over here. Now it came up to this step. So hopefully everyone is following along and they are at the step 3. Again, if you have any issue, please feel free to comment there, share a comment there that you are facing this problem, and we will be more than happy to assist. So what I'm doing here, meanwhile, I'm waiting. I'm just adding the domain name, Pakistan UG Group, and I'm just adding password here. Whatever password you feel is strong enough for your remembrance, please set that. And let me just go slow here again, waiting for you guys to hopefully be at this particular step.
Yeah. So guys, I have enabled your mic as well. So in case you want to ask questions, feel free to raise your hand and we'll allow you to speak.
Perfect. So what I will do, I will just press next option here, and it will be going back and checking my domain name, like does it access, even though it's creating a custom domain that's like Pakistan UG Group that I just mentioned here dot on Microsoft, but still there is a possibility that sometimes it's already taken up. So hopefully it will take a few seconds mostly to just complete up that whole process. And you can see it's giving us the messages that it's trying to do some registration around it. So bear with me. And you know what? Here, you see it's giving, my browser already gave me that you have a credentials confirmation option available. And voila, my environment is ready. So I have to now completed what I did with you guys is completing the basic steps to configure the account. And I can go here and click get started on. So before moving ahead, I will be giving a minute or so again to the team, to everyone, so that everyone is at here and they are seeing this screen. And obviously your personal email, whichever you have used, will get the confirmation that you are creating a trial here.
Guys, I'm not getting any feedback. Are you doing it?
Okay.
Keep messaging us or raise your
Yeah.
hand, ask question.
Okay. It's pretty straightforward. It's not the complex part. It's just
one hand. We got one hand.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, please.
No,
Please let us know.
All right. Who is it? Someone
That's a
raise the
good
hand.
thing.
Because why I'm
I did
saying
my
it,
work.
guys, we will be asking questions. We will be sending quizzes or the assignment as well. So ensure you are getting into it. This is going to be a very messy training course. We will be pushing hard. Okay. We want you to learn it, do it well in your career, right? So that's the purpose. So bear with us while we are supporting you. Yes, we got one hand, I guess. Let me see. Who is it?
Is
Hisham, please.
yes, my
Unmute
name is Sam
yourself.
Said. I need to take the chance and thank you. Just a very wonderful and rich session, and hope to continue to the end. Thank you very much.
Okay. Oh,
Brilliant,
thank you
Hisham.
very much. Yeah, that's good.
I got
Thanks for
another
the.
message. Mustajab, someone is stuck in the password IFRA.
Okay. If you need to have a strong password there, make sure that you are using the, as per the new recommendation everywhere in online registrations, it's like it should have alphanumeric, maybe 1 at the rate ABCD. Don't make it the simplest one, not the numbers only, or it should be a mix and match. So if I just give you some suggestions around it, it should be like something, right, like XYZ at the rate 123 parenthesis brackets. So it's something in this between line. Think about something and create a unique password yourself. let me know if, sorry, I forgot her name, but if it works for you, and we can move ahead and get started.
Yes, Suhaib has messaged that he's stuck on phone number. Any advice, anyone?
Phone number is, yeah, phone number, please make sure that you're entering the number without zero. Like in my case, Pakistan, we have a number in zero series, 0333 or 0331 onward. Don't use
Yeah,
that. Remove the zero and make sure your country is selected correctly. If you're in Pakistan, if you're in Australia, if in anywhere, in any other region of the world, just make sure you select that. And most probably, if you skip the zero, it will help you.
excellent. Thanks, Mr. Job.
No worries.
Hey, Ifra is done. Well done, Ifra.
Yep,
Suhaib, are
great,
you
great.
done? Let's get it going. Let's get it going.
Okay.
I'm
So
enjoying it, not doing anything.
that's good. That's good. Audience, it's good that people are interacting, and obviously, this is first step. It's the form registration, and slowly when we move towards more advanced part where we'll be configuring the products in customer engagement, where we'll be configuring the SLAs, marketing journeys around it, then we want the same sort of experience for you guys as well, that you learn what we are teaching you, and I do get enough chance to do a practice around it. So I think, is everyone on the fourth step? Then we can click the get started button.
Hisham, are you saying something, or is it from the last comment? Your hand is raised. Perfect. Thank you. Carry on. Good to go.
Okay.
Press the button, please. Can't wait.
So I created a get started button, and what it will do, it will ask me for another option. The same one, you will see a lot of list of it, but please select the one that you already have registered with. In my case, it was Pakistan, UG something on Microsoft is the domain that I use. Now, this is a tricky one, I would say, because I faced a couple of time problems here as well. So, please select the region that you're in. It can be Asia Pacific as well, anything, but you submit that. In case you face any error, don't worry about it. Just go back and retry. It's perfectly fine. Just change the region and just try again. So don't worry about that. So I just selected Asia Pacific, and you see that's a good thing. I got the error. So okay, second, I will just go back here, and I remember I selected Europe last time. It happened and it moved ahead. Yeah, so perfectly fine. Don't worry. Errors are your friends. So don't get, sort of a challenge that, what, oh, I saw first, this is something, it can happen. Now, again, it will ask some standard steps to sign in, sign out against. Oh, okay. You can see it gives me an error. So I will just go back here again. You see, so what I did, I just went a step back to sign myself, and here I'm going back. So don't worry. First of all, confirm me if you are through the window where it's asking you the Pacific and step on the Australia region selection, the continent selection. If everyone is through that, in case anyone is facing still an issue, please feel free to select Europe, which worked for me. Hopefully it will work for everyone. But do let me know if anyone is facing an issue here.
Amna is saying copy the link, please, from the browser. Mr. Job, if you can, please. Thank you.
I think it won't help a lot. Sorry to say that, but let me try to. Because this link is not, let me do one thing. Let me click again here, get started. Yep. So you should be here, everyone. This is the link. I clicked on, start your file on the email receive. Is that okay? Yeah, it's totally fine. You can go via email as well, and you can use this step. You can follow these steps as well. That's not an issue with Zephyr. So it takes some time to create this organization, and it's not an issue that it takes some around maybe a minute or a couple of minutes to get it created. I pasted the URL as well, so hopefully you got the URL. Okay. Okay, give it a second. So I expect everyone through this particular stage, right? Is anyone stuck still here, seeing any errors or not able to sign in? Please do let me know.
Okay, Mustajab, time check, 15 minutes we have.
Exactly. Yeah, I think we are all through. I think the audience are also pretty much good here. Team, if you guys are facing any issue, please look here. I'm already there. It's
Okay.
done.
And can we also share where they can get this reference document so they can practice, please, in their own time?
Yeah, exactly. I already mentioned the blog by Faisal Free. In case if you guys, okay, if Hassan is not opening, do one thing. Okay, which one is not opening? This one. It should open up. Okay, can you go back, Hassan, here? Can you see this screen? This one? If you can see this one, can you click get started? Atif, can you unmute Hassan, please? I think we can have one-on-one discussion on this part.
Has done it. Hassan, unmute yourself. Yep, Hassan, go ahead, please.
Yeah, Hassan, can you see the screen in front of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, can you click get started?
Sir, it's not, the link is not opening in my Chrome browser.
Get started is not working.
Yes, sir.
What is it like? Is it disabled?
Sir,
Not clickable?
it is saying validating URL.
Okay, yes. Then it means what look, this one what you enter here, maybe it's the process that is validating here. So give it a minute or so.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. And
So guys, sorry, Mustajab, what we'll do, I think if we can move forward, and what we can do, we can stay for another 10-15 minutes after finishing the session. So anyone wants to take further help, we can do that. Yeah.
Exactly. That sounds like a plan. So everyone should be here in this particular screen if they are able to successfully register. Those were not able to, don't worry. We will just let's complete the whole session. Then we will stay up here and we can have an interactive one-on-one talk again on these particular parts. So once you're here in this region, you can click here in this particular URL. If you can see here, sorry, the hyperlink. And there are two apps that are created here, the Customer Service Hub app, okay, and the Sales Team Member app, okay. Why these two apps are important right now, even though the Intelligent Order Management is also up, but it's a future advanced environment or a topic that we will cover later on when we will covering FinOps. Right now, when it comes to the training session that we are planning, it's more around the customer engagement. That one part of it is services, customer services. The other part is the sales data. So you can see it's a pretty blank, empty sort of a shell we created. And with passage of time, we will be adding a lot of information here, like cases, creating cases, how do we configure cases, how do we configure queues. Similarly, hovering over to the sales app or account, how do I create a lead, opportunity, convert that opportunity to quote, converting that quote to a successful order, and so on. So I won't go much deep in that. I just wanted, like, my main agenda was to make sure that you guys are able to see these two apps by clicking over again on the intelligent order management URL that would open if you successfully completed it. And once you do that, just open, mark, or just note these Customer Service Hub app and the Salesman Team Member app.
Okay.
So, yep. Once this is noted down and you have the information, I will share couple of more URLs here that I'm just mentioning here in the chat for everyone. These ones, okay. So just take a good note about these URLs, please. Why? Because these URLs, as I have mentioned in the bracket, their purpose is, one is the make.powerapps.com. This one, this URL is extremely important because it is your, if you talk from a dev or a functional perspective, it is our go-to area for configuring, customizing, development. So you will have all the database tables, creation, options to create chatbots, AI builder. Obviously, these are advanced topics, but
Yeah.
just giving you an introduction about it, that this will be
Don't,
the
don't
area
want
where
to
you
scare these guys, right? So yeah, let's keep it to the simple one.
exactly. The second one is, if you can see in the URL pane, and I just mentioned it out, that's Workbench, that's make.powerapps. Do remember them, just like we remember facebook.com, linkedin.com, twitter.com. Just remember that make.powerapps.com. It's pretty simple. Make, create.powerapps.com. The second one is admin.powerplatform.microsoft.com. It is your administrative panel when it comes to managing your apps, your environment. So if you see over here, this is the URL. Don't worry if you are not able to understand what the things mean. That's the plan. That's what we will do. It's just the first, trailer of the what do you call it? A long show that we are planning to run in soon on Pakistan UG Theater. But bear with us. Just make sure that you are able to open these URLs and you are seeing these kind of information there. The third one is your super admin panel that is responsible to configure, manage out all your applications in the D365 ecosystem. That includes FinOps, that includes Azure, that includes CE, customer engagement, and much more. So hopefully everyone was able to open these URLs and were able to navigate in around. But in case if you are not able to do it, let me end the session, and I will gladly stay up for a minute, 10 minutes or so to assist you further. I'm sharing my other screen, and that is related to MS Learn. So just sharing the URL here. Why you will be thinking that I talk a lot about MS Learn is that it's one of the best go-to area when it comes to you being a developer.
Yeah,
you being a
we can't see your screen at the moment. So that's.
I'm sorry. Thanks for the call out. Yeah, thank you. Just give me a sec. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yep, that's
okay.
The Microsoft page at the moment.
Yep. This is MS Learn, the one that I just mentioned. Create your account first here. Okay, that's the first recommendation. You should have your profile set up here. Then, if you see in this area, you can see a lot of challenge, a lot of certification paths, learning information that you can choose yourself to learn and design it as per. Why I'm saying that you should follow this, because we are teaching you, we are giving you the the information, but where is the library? Whenever we are studying in the universities, we need a library where we can sort of follow up the information around it, right? So this library, when it comes to, is this part. MS Learn is our library. It have all the certifications options. I can go here, browse certifications. I can browse courses. I can design, learning path. It can give me suggestions. So this should be your new go-to area. And you can see that, it give you pretty much the standard steps required to how to do that, how to learn this. So if I just go here, I want to understand what's the fundamentals. It gives you all the tags here, that what kind of a track it is, with some good video learning options and some step-by-step guide as well. So the guides that we are providing won't be anything different other than these, but still, if you need to go in much more deep dive, you want to take a deep dive in topics where you think that you are more passionate about, then MS Learn is your go-to area. So this is the certification path. You can see in my other browser that I just opened up using the certification. You can plan your certification from here. And similarly, you can, browse instructor-based code as well if you still need that. So these are pretty much it from my side. Just to wrap up, what we learned now is I shared a blog with you guys of Faisal Farid. In case if you want to learn it, you can use that uh, blog again to go through it again, or any of your friends who are not able to attend today, you can share the recordings as well, and also that blog detail to how to configure a trial environment. And I demonstrated how the various 3 URLs are important for you guys: make.powerapps, admin.power platform, then admin.microsoft. What these 3 browsers are all about. Then it's the MS Learn. Why should you go for MS Learn? MS Learn is just like your library. If you want to learn anything, you have to have a library where you have all the content and materials added. So these are the best way to go. Learn is on MS Learn as well, along with the training session that we're planning to do. So I think I'm pretty much done from my part, and I think I'm open to any questions, please.
Yeah, no, thanks, Mr. Job. I think that's covers quite useful key points. I think everyone in this group needs to practice in your time, please. So that is important, and use extensively Microsoft Learn. You will see a lot of resources for your own practices, from getting more knowledge. So please refer to Microsoft Learn. And what I will also do, we did, I think, one of the session on the certifications and the Microsoft Learn. So I'll try to dig out the YouTube link as well, so I will share it on this chat group as well as soon as I find it. Okay. So please listen to that YouTube channel as well, so you can get more understanding on the Microsoft Learn. And in the meantime, any question, anything, feel free to reach out to any of us. We should be able to support. Okay. And on that note, we are almost on time, so I will quickly cover what's now coming up in the pipeline. I've shared my screen. Please let me know if you can see the screen. So training schedule. Mustadab, can you see my screen?
Yeah, I can.
All right.
Can see the.
Okay, assuming all others as well. So guys, this is the training schedule. As we said, we'll be focusing this training on the CE to start with, and we'll be having the separate announcement for the other areas like the FinOps and the Power App, and we'll be having induction and then getting into the separate training schedules as well. So this one covering the CE, we have started from today. So introduction is all done. Hope you found it useful, and we'll continue to support throughout. Then the next session will be coming. That would be presented by the Amna Khan. She is one of our core member as well for Pakistan UG. What topic will be covering? This is around the D365 CE and navigation. So a little bit more insight now. Covering the CE, who needs CE, what modules are covered, terminologies, modules, and everything else. That would be very high level again. Now, from next week, it will be 120 minutes, means 2 hours of session. This time we were being very, I would say, considerable. Like, okay, we don't want to bombard you with a lot of things and dragging you for 120 minutes. So 30 minutes, we're just giving it as a gift for the first one. Right. Then the next one would be coming as a standard configuration. SN Ahmed from Magic will be doing that session. Then that would be happening on the 11th of December. Then the third sessions on the CRM product management. It will be done by the Mustajab, who is on the call. So that would be 18th of December. Same timing from 4 to 6 p. Pakistan Standard Time. So please check your local timing as well. Then we'll be having a 1 week gap due to the Christmas and the holiday season. So we will not be having session on the 25th of December. And then we'll resume our session from the 1st of January. My bad is 2022, so it will be done, corrected. But Amna Khan will be coming again, and then she will be covering the CRM sales module. the basics. So again, that's the specific now into the core modules of the CE part. After that, it will be a CRM services module. FISA will be coming, Father Khan from Magic on the 8th of January. Then we will have the marketing. Faria from System, she will be joining us and doing this part on the 15th January. And then 22nd January, she will be then covering the CR marketing module, covering the specific event management part. And then the last one would be a little bit more customizations, more validation rules in the CE part. So it will be done by one of our team members. We are just waiting for the confirmation and availability. That would be done on the 29th of January. And then we'll give you 2 weeks to submit a project. We'll give you the scenarios and we are expecting to work on it and provide this sort of a project submission, and that would be needs to be submitted by the 12th of February. And then based on that, we will confirm the completion of the training and then we'll issue the certification. Throughout your sessions, we are going to give you a lot of tasks and expect you to do your own practice, do your own learning. We will be sparing some time during the session asking you from the last session as well what you have learned. There will be questions and it will be very interactive. Okay, so ensure you spend time and prepare yourself. This is very important, guys. Okay, and anytime, as I said, please feel free to reach out if you have any questions, any support required. We'll be here to support you guys. Okay, and on that note, thank you everyone, and look forward seeing you next Saturday. Okay, so in the meantime, guys, we are done. If you have any questions or you want to stay on, we will be here for another 10 minutes in case you want to ask about the setup or any other questions. Okay, so I'm stopping my share.
Okay, so I think I see Hisham, you raising your hand.
Yes, please. Thank you again, gentlemen, for your great session. I have two questions, very small. The first one, I am confused a little bit if I complete the deployment for D365